Welcome back to another video at Joe Daddy's Workshop. As I've said with this channel before, I'm going to do a variety of things, and I've been doing that. You may have seen my previous videos where I've worked on a gas tank for a motorcycle, to where I've done reviews on different products that I've purchased. But today I want to do something even different than that. My shop that I operate out of, I built this in 1996. And at that time, the exterior lighting that was available was pretty limited. You could run some sort of a floodlight, or you could run a mercury-vapor light, and that is basically what I did. I installed a mercury-vapor light, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But that light has become kind of irritating. You know, with the modern technology, you don't have to deal with some of the things that that light does. In particular, it makes a lot of noise. So when it kicks on, it'll buzz, and it'll buzz throughout the night, all the way into the morning. And, you know, in a way, I guess I've gotten used to it. But in another way, I've come to realize that I don't have to be used to that. I can have it much quieter outside of the shop. It's even to the point where some of the videos that I've made inside the shop have been later in the evening, and that light will come on, and it'll kind of overpower, you know, what I'm starting to say within the garage. So today I'm going to take that light down, and I'm going to install this light. Now, we just bought this off of Amazon, and hopefully it'll do the job that I want it to do. This is a nice little LED area light, and the price, I think it was only like $40 for this thing. So I'm going to open it up and show you what's in the box, because I haven't even opened this yet. So I'll have a look. I should point out, let me show you the box. LED area light, 5000K daylight, 5-year warranty it says, which is probably debatable, but I'll also post a link to this on this video so you can check it out for yourself. So let's open it up. Packing foam. Looks like a mount bracket with some hardware and some wire nuts. A variety of items you would normally get in this sort of thing. Okay, that's a whole assembly, so take out the cardboard. Well, that's kind of nice. Not very big. As you can see, it's got the LEDs up inside there. And it looks like it has the standard mount, the 3-hole mount that you would find on these style of lights. And that is what I have on the light on the outside currently. That's all that's in the box, besides some more foam and the ever important assembly instructions, or installation instructions. So pretty typical, you know, it's showing, it's kind of hard to see all that, but it's showing you how you install the brackets and whatnot, and then of course your wiring connections, and most importantly it says turn off power before you start. Good call. So I'm going to show you that other light, and also I have some footage that I made the other day with the sound of that light making noise. So I'll show you that further along in the video. So that's my existing mercury-vapor style light, and again I have some video with sound on it that I can show you later on in this video segment. But it looks like it has the same 3-lug mounting bracket that is on the new light. So I'm going to take that down and replace it. So now you know what I'm talking about. Hear that buzz? That buzz is constant and can be pretty irritating. So that's why it's going to get changed. Nothing wrong with the light itself. It's been, you know, a great light. It's done a good job lighting up the area in front of the shop. But that sound is just getting to be too much of an irritation. So let's get it changed. I know my breakers, and that is for my outside light. The yellow tape on these are on breakers that aren't being used, and I put the tape on there just to indicate that they're not in use, but they're acting more as kind of a filler because I had modified my layout of my breakers, and so I would have been left with a blank space there. So rather than do that, I just put empty breakers in place and then identified them that way. So I see it. Whew, lots of dead bugs. All right, now I can see the wiring. So there's one lead. Look at that. That old wire nut's cracked in half. That tells you that's been up there a while. Okay, so there's one. There's the second one. I'll take that off. So that's the main wires for the light. Now I have to take off this ground loop or ground wire right here and then remove these lag bolts. This should be fairly simple, I hope. So to remove the light, I need to take out these lag bolts, and in my case these bolts are 7/16, but I'm not going to sit here and film myself taking those bolts out. I only plan to take out the two lower ones completely, and then the top one will stay in, but I'll loosen it so that I have a place to push the new light into. There's no reason to remove that since they're slotted. So before I go any further, I want to point out that this little cover is designed to be used, well, they say wiring cover, but it also shows it with conduit. So if you were going to use conduit, that's a different story. I'm not doing that, so I'm not even going to get into that. But in my case, instead of putting the cover on in this direction, which would require a wire, connector, the clamp type deal, I'm going to turn it over because it's already contained. It's already inside, and I don't gain anything by adding that. So that'll take care of that. Now, the other thing, as it points out in the instructions, is green is your ground, your bare wire connects to that, and then white to white and black to black. That's all good. However, it only gave me 2 wire nuts, and so I've added my third to make the final connection. Beyond that, the package also has these little lag bolts and some inserts that you could use if needed, like if you're putting in concrete or a cinder block, but I'm not doing that, so I'm just going to get everything together and get it mounted. Well, I was right. That mounted directly to the old block. So now I just have to connect the wiring, and to make it easier, I think we're going to remove the lens cover, just 3 Phillips screws, and get that out of the way so I have just a little more space in there for my hands to make these connections. I may even shorten this up just a little bit. I haven't decided yet. Either way, I have to tuck it up into that cavity and then put the cover in place. So I've connected white to white, black to black, and green to ground, and these will tuck up into that cavity just fine. And I've got a yellow jacket buzzing around my head. Okay, so I'm going to get that cover in place and then I'll show you that. That's going to work perfect. I figured it would, but it will. Now to get the lens cover back in place. Alright, so I want to do a test on it, and to do that I'm going to cover the electric eye or the light sensor and hopefully turn the light on. So let's see what happens. Perfect. I'll have to come out later tonight and when it's dark and show how much of the area this will actually light up. But for now, I'm happy with that. So it's pretty dark out. There's still a little bit of light in the sky, but it's dark enough that it triggered the light to come on. And it lights up a good bit of the area in front of my garage. Even out into the yard on either side, it lights it up nice. And can you hear that? Yeah, there's crickets out here. Or maybe a variety of other bugs. But still, I could never hear them before with that buzzing light that was up here before. And this is really bright once you get underneath it. I mean, really can't complain. It's lighting up the vehicles. And on my house I have LED kind of spotlights. So there you can actually see my shadow from this LED light on the garage. And as I move forward, it'll fade out, of course, but I have LED spotlights on my garage, my house garage. And if you look carefully, I think this is funny. If you've ever remember the I don't know if it's Cracked or Mad Magazine, and they had the spy versus spy character. I now have one of those on my house. But I'm not sure if I want to keep that anymore, even though it lights up the sides pretty nice and, you know, the cars, or change out to another one of these, because this one isn't as direct, but it lights up a broader area. So very cool. So now you can see why I was excited about changing out that light. The noise difference, well, there is no noise. You can hear the crickets like I showed in the other video segment. I didn't even know it. I think my neighbor must have a pool pump or something up the street. I could never hear that before, so I didn't even know it existed. But now I can hear just about everything around the neighborhood, and that's a big plus for me because I have a hard time hearing as it is. As far as difficulty, this wasn't hard at all. I think if you have a pre-existing light fixture, then this is probably low on the scale, like a 2 or 3 maybe out of 10. And some simple hand tools, following simple safety procedures, shutting off power and that sort of thing. Easy to change, and I would highly recommend it. I hope that this light lasts as long as my other light, but I don't know until that time. So we'll see how that goes, and if something changes, I'll let you know as well. So as usual, thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so down below. I'll have a link over here on the side somewhere, maybe over here or over here, I don't know. But I'll post a little link for the subscribe feature. And if you would leave a comment, let me know how you feel about the install, the idea of using an LED light, and all those things help this channel grow, and I need your help to do that. So that's it for now, and who knows what I'll do next, but when I do, you'll find out. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Just so you know, there are hazards involved. Oh no! Be careful climbing those ladders. could end up tearing some skin loose. One of the hazards of making videos, I guess. So there's my existing light, and again I will show you a video that I made earlier or later. No. Never mind. Maybe you find it useful? I don't know.